Okay, so this is just what's in my bag. I'm flying to Sydney in 12 hours. Well, I'm at the airport in about 12 hours. So I will show you what's in the bag. But let's weigh everything first, a bit like a boxer thing. So let's just weigh everything first and you'll see, and then I'll pack it and talk to you. Okay, so that's the Thermomix. So Nikon D50 is 21 years old. It's a great scale system. The Olympus EM1 MKII is about 10 years old. I've had it for nearly 18 months. It's working great. And it's got 20mm Pro on the front. That's a Pentax MX from 1976. And it's got the 35mm lens that was made in the 1970 on the front of it. Instax Mini Evo. Actually weighs more than I thought it would weigh. Alright, that's the Olympus bag. Thermomix is a bit tricky with bags. And that comes to 1461, and there's the total of the actual lot of it comes to a total of 3.8 kilos, so basically 3.9 kilos. Okay, so the bag, you would have seen it on the scales. This is the Olympus bag with a M43 ring on the front. And this was half price at Christmas, that's why I brought it. Now, in the bag, you got, if you can see that, where's the camera there? You get 4 pouches in here. And you can fold these down. And you get a place on the front to put all the stuff. Right, I will take it over to the bag once I've got everything in. This camera has had over 20,000, probably over 25,000 views on the shorts. It's most of my maximum views were 2,000k, but this one's gone over 20,000. Everyone's viewing this every day. And that was a video I made last year for 30 seconds or so in the QBE building in Sydney. So it's good for YouTube business to have that one in there. Put that in there last. My next most popular video running at the moment is the Nikon D50 that I made in June last year. Nikon D50, April 20, 2005 was when it was released, so it's its 21st birthday. So I'm taking the Nikon D50 up with the 35mm lens on the front. That can fit in there nicely. If you watched my video the other day, I was shooting film with the MX camera with the 35mm lens on the front. I know we're getting a 35mm here. If you watch the video, I might be able to put a clip up of it. This lens is great, and when I'm using this camera, I'm adjusting everything, and it's great for actually photographer composure. I've been taking the Pentax 17 up there for 2 years. I thought I'll just use the SLR. So we'll take that one up there. I can't leave home without it. That's my EM1 MKII camera with a 20mm Pro lens on it. And it's got a CPL filter on it. We're going to do some photos of the harbour. And this one's also very popular on YouTube. Get that in there in a minute. So the Instax fits on top. Alright, we won't bore you too much of everything else here because we'll keep this short. The Nano is a power hungry beast. So that is a power bank, which can power up the Nano 10 times. This will hold my spare SD cards. I have a spare 2GB card because the D50 uses 2GB. There's 2 cards in the Olympus one. That shouldn't be a problem, but I've got a spare SD card for the Olympus. The Nano can chew up 128 gigabytes within 6 hours, and I'll be there for 14 hours. So I'll take up 2 spare micro SD cards. And if I run out on that, I've got a spare micro SD card in the... Get these guys in there properly. I'll get the SD card out of the Instax if I need to. And that can sit in the front. This will sit in the front. I've got to carry the power banks I bought. Now we've got a couple of spare batteries for the EM1. She usually only uses 1 in 10 hours, no problem. This is the original D50 battery from 2005. It doesn't hold charge much longer, but I've got a new battery in it. You may have to go back a year to see what I was doing with this. This is the Philips DVT microphone recorder. It's a voice recorder. I know this is a photography trip, but I've got a spare hobby recording sounds while you're walking around the city. And I ain't too sure where I'm going to put that yet. Put that in the front. Not sure I'll need it. That's also an adapter for the micro SD. This is the... Where's the rest of it? There. Okay, so these two, the mic minis. And that's the mic mini receiver if I want to use it on the EM1. And I can use this on the Nano. So the microphones can go on the side. I was going to take down the mic 1, but that was putting the weight up. 2 spare chargers for charging things up. One's a C and one's an A. Put that all in the front. The Boya microphone. This one can plug in and do voiceovers. If I'm bored on the plane, I can use that. I'm getting there. Film. It's got to be in a bag. And I went the hard way last year when I took the Instax Mini Evo up there. I left the film in the bag, in the carry bag, and the X-ray caused the film to damage. So this is film for the Instax, so that can go in there, and that'll be hand checked. So that one go in the bag. That's a cord for the Olympus to plug the microphone in. Card reader, once again, when I'm bored at the airport, I can look at the photos. Last 2 things which I will take up. Charger for the D50 and a charger for the Olympus. Once again, I probably don't need the Olympus, but I'll take it all up anyway. And I have a spare cord. Don't laugh, but sometimes this is a USB charge flashlight the size of a AA battery, super bright, and you can use it for photography. You put it down when you're shooting your camera along laneways in the early evening or the dark places. It doesn't weigh anything. It's a really handy photography tool, and I got it for free in Sydney last year. Earpods, buds, whatever you call them things. Once again, that's just for the plane. Nothing worse. It's only an hour flight, but it bores the hell out of me at times. Battery. Okay, I'll take this back to the Thermomix and we'll weigh it. Okay, so as you'll see, the Thermomix gets a bit sensitive above 5 kilos. It's got a maximum weight of actually 6 kilos on this, but it gets a bit sensitive on that one. So I did another weigh-in for it on the buff scales after this. So we've got about 5.4 or 5.5 kilos. So we're under the 7 kilos that we need for carry-on for the airplane flight. Alright, stay tuned and I'll have some videos made up when I'm up in Sydney for you. Alright, thank you for watching everybody.